Name's Bar, by the way, Red Bar.
Cadbury again. But anyway, Bill Burr's with his black wife eating 6 squares of Slave chocolate right in front of his wife. By the way, black people should be anti-chocolate. All of them.
I know. That's why I'm so surprised nobody's talking about
Why
this.
aren't we canceling people for their sweet teeth?
I'm going to start.
I'm going to start canceling people. Anytime I see a guy eating chocolate, I'm going to call for his demise.
Slap it out of his hand.
Yep. Here we go.
4 squares, immediately really nauseous. It was in the form of chocolate, just really like, and the being nauseous lasted the whole time.
Wow, so you eat some of this chocolate, you look at your black wife, you're all of a sudden getting nauseous. Interesting. Pretty racist.
And the other dude that I did him with was feeling the same thing. So, at first it starts feeling like a pot cookie. Like, all right, I've been here before. And then it just kind of keeps going, like passes the pot house. Like, oh, shit, we're still going down the road.
By the way, these are what regular chocolates do to black people. You'll trip out. That's why you'll never see a black person eating fudge. That would be like doing 400 tabs of compressed acid, like a square of fudge to a black person. That's like DMT to a black person. You'll never see them. You'll see them smoke fudge, just one hit, and they go kooky. But, yeah, you'll never see. This is like the untold story of people go, oh, watermelon. Maybe they're eating watermelon to cut through all the richness of the chocolate. You ever think about that? They need something to wash down all that richness. Cheers.
And then, the TV starts looking like it's getting bigger. And then all of a sudden it kind of looks like maybe it's going to fall on me. But I'm just sort of enjoying it, going like, I know that's not happening. That's
minute.
bolted into the fucking wall. And
You have bolted in TVs and Joshua. Oh, they're at one of those fancy cabins or hotels.
Of course.
Oh, my God.
Where'd
You
think
can't
they
do
were camping on the
shrooms.
street?
Well, then you didn't go to Why would you go to Joshua Tree to stay indoors at a fancy Airbnb or hotel or wherever these people stay? You're supposed to. Haven't you ever seen Entourage? You stay on the rocks, bro, where the hills have eyes. You don't do shroom. They don't go to. These people are so confused. Oh, I'm going to Joshua Tree to do shrooms inside of a modern Airbnb. You go to an Airbnb in LA and do. What do you think? Because you're on the land? No, it's supposed to be you're in nature. You're looking at a cacti and it turns into a thing. You can't do shrooms indoors while looking at a TV. Right? I mean,
Plus, I don't really think the TV got bigger, just saying.
I know. I've done so many shrooms. The TVs don't grow. These guys do a lot of add-ons. Look at this.
so much chocolate, just really like, and the being nauseous lasted the whole time.
People are asking about Joshua. Isn't Joshua Tree where the fish and the beans? Okay. I don't know what goes on there. I don't like that name. Who's with me? Joshua Tree. Remember the first time you heard that name? I'll never forget when I heard that. When I first heard of Joshua Tree, I thought it was like a Christian's...
It sounds like a Christian camp name.
Yeah, or like a Christian's nursery school or something like that. I don't like that name. Joshua Tree. My son Joshua came to the forest, he said. And do you know the Joshua Tree is an actual little weirdo tree? It looks like a weird Dr. Seuss type of tree. And there's just many of them in this. You know, they call it a forest. Even a desert could be a national forest. Did you know that? It's Joshua Tree National Forest. Forests aren't all tall trees. So they stayed in an Airbnb, just like Tim Dillon, where you're sitting on a little tiny, really expensive chair. Yeah, that's not where you're supposed to try mushrooms.
And the other dude that I did him with was feeling the same thing.
Look at this. Great stuff on chocolate, Mike. Thank you today. My mind is blown. Thank you. I hope they're being sincere. I mean,
Same.
Are other shows giving you anything? Tune into these other shows. They're not going into nothing. Joshua equals Mike's real name. Oh, please don't. That's really embarrassing. Sounds Jewy to me. Hey, you don't. I hate Jews more than any of you.
Oh, please.
Name one Jew I like.
You can't go to bed without watching Seinfeld.
we're in this new thing where we watch 2 eps of Seinfeld right as the closing hours begin. What are the closing hours? That's where you're closing your eyes, right? And, yeah, we're in that thing. I like to show Jules old Seinfelds. I like to mansplain the plots to her. I can't imagine she's following along. You ever do that? You show somebody a movie, and it's impossible for you to understand that they could possibly follow along. So you mansplain the whole plot as it's happening
Mike does
to them.
this to me. He'll be like, "Hey, can you change the color of the hue bulbs?" And then I'll pick up my phone to do it, and he'll be like, "You know how to do that?"
I can't believe so we have Hue light bulbs in the house, and I installed the app on her phone, and when I see her go into that app and start doing, how does she know how to do this? How does she, as a girl, this twerp, how does she know how to work these computerized systems? It took me a year to figure out Hue. It took me a year to figure out that app. Sonos, you know how long it took me to figure out that app? And then she just picks it up on a whim. I go, she's going to corrupt my files. I get nervous when you're working on one of my apps or something like that, or when you're watching a movie that I've seen before. There's no possible way you're following. So I have to coach her through the movie that I've seen. Have you ever done this when you're showing somebody a movie that you've already seen and you can't even focus on the movie because you're making sure they're paying attention the whole time? Are you following this film? Whose bit is that? Chris DiStefano? Who am I stealing from there?
Sam Morril.
Somebody says twerp, ha ha ha. Why is that funny? Jules is a tech nerd. Girls can read. No, I know they can read. That's all they do with their damn diaries and shit. Writing and reading. By the way, God knows, break into my house, you'll find so many files on me. She's writing all this stuff about me on paper.
I can't wait
She's got
to
diaries.
reveal these files.
You know what happens when Jules has a sad feeling? She writes about it in her Girls are doing it.
true,
Oh, it's not?
When do I do this?
Is there anything about me in your diaries?
There's stuff about you in
Deleted.
my mind.
She's going to get me canceled. She's writing that I hit her. Jules keeps up on Lou later. Mike built the studio in the kitchen so Jules could be on the show. What a guy. Not funny. You bombed. I love Mike, but Seinfeld before bed. Jesus. What are you talking about? Millions of people do that. This is just a temporary phase, by the way. Not something we always do. We usually watch Tim Dillon or Rick Glassman before bed.
We used to only watch Rogan before bed, but that's no longer possible.
Well, it's impossible to watch Rogan. You got to be manning 7 laptops to work his ad system here. So we watch Ricky Glassman before bed, but even that, it keeps us going. We like Seinfeld because you could fall asleep to it because you're not missing anything. You've seen it so many times.
Exactly.
It has a perfect explanation. Jules loves Jews. You know what I'm realizing? And I watch this Seinfeld, and I go, Seinfeld has more fans than like any other show in the world. When I watch Seinfeld, I see a Jewy, mean-spirited show. So I always wonder, like, what are other people seeing when they watch Seinfeld? Like, do wholesome, weirdo Christians, because they like Seinfeld too, like Jules's parents are wholesome Christian people. They watch Seinfeld and they love it. And I go, what? Do they think it's like a wholesome, funny, nice show? When I watch Seinfeld, I'm like, oh, look at these bitter Jews get one over on each other. Look at these mean-spirited Jews concoct plans. So Seinfeld must be one of those shows where it's interpreted. The comedy is interpreted differently by different groups of people because so many different groups of people love this show. It's like the all-time favorited show in the world. There's like 7 people that I've met in my whole life that exist in the world that don't like or don't get Seinfeld. And even like racist, anti-Jew people like Seinfeld. Weirdo Christians, safe people. What are they getting out of it?
I'd actually wonder.
Well, your
Is there
parents
any
think
of
it's
these
funny.
but I'm talking about this guys who hate Jews. That there are so many of nowadays. Do they like Seinfeld?
I don't know. Let's see what the people say. Maybe there's a lot of
Any
people
Jew
that don't
haters
like
in the
it.
chat?
Seinfeld is Jewish propaganda. There's a lot of people who hate Jews, and you go, what information about the Jews have you gotten that we've missed about the Jews? What kind of underground info are you hearing about the Jews? Oh, Mike, you don't know? And then they roll their eyes. Oh, yeah, like you don't know. The Jews did something to you? I can't imagine some like redneck guy. How are the Jews holding this redneck guy back? Well, they own the world, man. Do they own your pickup truck? Do they own your shitty town? Do they own your construction job? Yes, in fact, they do.
They own the media. Wake up.
Are they making you pick up E? They own the media. Okay, who should own the media? Would you rather you guys own it? Because it'd be all, what would you do with the media if you owned it? You know, they're doing a pretty good job, I'd say. It can't get any better than this. What would happen? Would you guys like to take over? I don't even know what you're interested in. Figuring out what screw fits. You know, like what to the opposite of Jews. The opposite of Jews. This is what I'm thinking. You drive a truck, a nice truck. There's nothing wrong with it. I drive a truck now. By the way, I got this Ford F450 parked next to me here outside at this parking lot. My Jeep is taller than every truck now. So think about that. My Jeep short, and these trucks look bigger in pictures. But my Jeep now, with the lift kit and the 35s, okay, it's done. It rises over almost every truck, so
We can barely get in.
I could barely get in.
I have to help him like an old senior.
So what would you guys do? Would you like to own the media? Who should own it? Should you know, somebody's got to own something. That's what I'm saying. You hate the Jews because they run the media. Okay, well,
They're doing a fine job.
What else do they do? What else do they do? Well, what are they holding you back on? Speak up. I'll help you. Speak up. What are they doing to you? Did they make you work at Target? Is that why you work at Target and have no money and you're ugly? Because of the Jews? Well, let's work on that. Let's find the Jew who forced you to do this. Because he must be stopped. I'd agree, too. If I was forced to be as shitty as you, I'd be mad at the Jews, too. So let's point them out. Which Jew has done you wrong? Was it me? Was it Ricky Glassman? Was it Larry David? Which Jew? Was it Steven Spielberg? Did Steven Spielberg make you work at Five Guys and drive a shitty car? Let's get him then. Speak up. There are so many people who actively hate and blame the Jews for things as if this is something we all know about. You guys got to let me in on what they've done. I hate the Jews. This isn't defense of the Jews. But you guys got to be better. When I say, imagine if this whole show was just like, guys, comedians, they're not good. And you're like, got any examples? And I said, not really, just that they're horrible. No, what do? I give you 8 hours, day in and day out, of pinpointing exact examples of what they've done, who they are, day in and day out. And you know how hard it is to convince you to hate people? It takes me 2 years to take a guy to make you hate Theo Vaughn. You know how much work I put in to make one guy hate Theo Vaughn? 2 years. And these guys just go, Jews, man. Jews are fucking Please, we need some example. Anybody out there with me where you don't know what example? You just go, well, I believe it too, because there's a lot of people who say that. We need some examples here, okay? And believe me, these examples, they don't really intertwine. The examples I've heard, at least, they don't have anything to do with you. You know what I mean? It's very bizarre. There's no connection to you at all. So I want to know what's so bad about your life that a Jew has made it like that, and you're fucked because of a Jew. You know, because you're putting my ancestors through a lot of pain. You know, I had a conversation with some Jewish people the other day. They're going through a lot of pain. Bankers, but all bankers. See, people just have these catch-alls. They don't really have an example here. Oh, the bankers. What have the bankers done to you? How are you being held back by the... I'm not saying you're not. Please do not twist this into, oh, he's denying. No. I'm asking, what have they done? And Chris asks, oh, really, dude? Come to New York, you will hate all Jews. Yeah, that's an example. Power Jews. Go to New York, you got a Jew in a convertible with one of those fucking yarmulkes on. Yes, I hate him. And I can tell you why I hate him. Why do I hate the yarmulke wearing power Jew in the convertible in New York City? I'll tell you why. He looks gay. He looks Jewy. So that I would take if I asked people, why do they hate Jews? And you said, I just don't like them. They're so like Jewy and gay and like, because that's why I hate them. If you go, Mike, why do you hate Jews? Why do you hate Rick Glassman style Jews? I would go, they're just like faggoty and I can't explain it. I just don't like them. I hate them. I want them to die because of how they act. Can't you say that, or you don't have the guts? You go, oh no, trust me, Mike, the banking system, is the banking system why you make $40,000? Is that why? I mean, I don't understand. Did the bankers come down and lower your skill level as a human being throughout your existence? Did they come to your town once? Did the bankers come to your school and go, I hereby deem you all less intelligent, and you will all work at gas stations? No, you live in these towns. I've been to your towns. I live in your town. You have a shitty gas station here that doesn't even have 93. Okay, your highest octane is 87. You sit there, everything's broken down. It's a shithole. And then your best restaurant is horrible. You're serving worse food than 8th grade lunch. And then you're sitting around blaming Jewish people? I mean, get it together. Start building up a community here. The Jews wanted some good food. They got it together.
Love that food. I
think you guys are acting like a little victim-y, a little snowflakey, a little victim-y there. You know, I just can't see it. And you all love what the Jews have brought to your television here. Seinfeld, Curb Your Enthusiasm. You love DT. When it came out, you all loved DT. All you rednecks loved DT when it came out. You didn't know anything about Jew during ET. So we need some examples. Fucking busted. We need some examples, okay? And they produced some good people here. You love Jews. All right, we're going to get back into these people, okay? I'd understand the blacks. You go to a black community, it's fucking disgusting. They don't even have restaurants, and the black community doesn't even have restaurants.
Yes, they do.
What? Mickey D's?
Haven't you ever watched Chicago's food show that's on YouTube with that creepy little guy?
Here's what black people are able to contribute to society. Ribs! And they're the worst ribs.
Those are your favorite foods.
By the way, black barbecue is 40 times worse than white hipster barbecue. It just is. Everything blacks do is... But you know what? They get a lot more credit than the Jews these days. All right, let's hear Bill Burr's mushroom trip. Speaking of black people, he actually hates his wife because of the color of her skin. We're going to hear this for the first time. He hates his wife, and listen, my dad told me early on, live and let live, he said. I like people of all colors. I even like, I'll tell you this, you're not going to believe it. I even like some Indians.
Wow, you've really grown.
Yeah. They're like, you know who I like as an Indian that I'd hang out around with? Who's that storyteller? He does horror movies here. M. Night Shyamalan. I'd hang out with him. How could I hate Indians? All right. He hates black people. Listen to this. You're going to die. This is really happening here. We're going to finally hear about Bill Burr's black wife. Listen to this.
So at first it starts feeling like a pot cookie. Like, all right, I've been here before.
He's on shrooms,
and then it just kind of keeps going. Like passes the pot house. Like, oh shit, we're still going down the road.
Somebody says Mike's dad equals Judd Hirsch. No, my dad. It's not like that, right? Or what do you think? You think my dad's one of them? Really? You think he's Hirschian?
I mean,
wow. My dad looks nothing like Judd Hirsch.
wait, I have to look up who that is.
Yeah, look up Judd Hirsch. I mean, the guy's got like sideburns. Mike's mother has a red dot on her forehead. This is disgusting. Listen, I'm with you guys. I want it to be white America. Get rid of all these other kooks. Mike, you look more Indian than M. Night Shyamalan.
That's true.
Oh, it's true now. I hope that's not fucking true. Seriously. I'll kill myself after the show if that's true.
There's a couple Judd Hirsch pics that kind of look your dad like.
Oh, my God.
He looks great, though.
Judd Hirsch. I remember the first time I heard the name Judd Hirsch, I was a kid. And there was a TV show on, and they go, and now Judd Hirsch. I go, this is what I said to my family. I go, Judd Hirsch? Like, I couldn't believe how fucking sickening that name was, first of all. And then I saw him, and I was equally sickened by his looks. So I'm appalled right now. When people view me, I assume you guys think I'm like the same nationality as Baked Alaska, Milo.
Stop trying to cover it up. You're Jewish, you're Indian, you're probably part black.
Do Jews and Indians even mix? Is there an Indian Jew out there?
I'm looking at him.
All right. Little ganged up. I feel a little ganged up here, but I will, my vengeance always works out. I will become vindictive over this. I will get back at people. There'll be revenge. That's not funny. Laugh it up now. You'll be paying for it in the future. We got to whiten me up, man. This hair can't turn pure. Now, when my hair goes pure white, will that knock some of this Hirsch off me?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I think the white eyebrows will help. The white beard, the white hair, I think will Greeken me up. Maybe I'll get a tan. I can't even tan. You know what happens when I turn tan? I get browner. I like those guys. They get sunburnt. I like when a guy goes out. You could tell he's been out all day because he's got red here and red here. When I go out and get tan, my whole face just darkens one shade of shit yellow brown. And I start looking more ooga booga. I fucking hate it.
Someone says No, you know.
Go ahead.
If I saw Mike on the street, I would assume he's Italian, Jewish, or Arabic.
That's fucking terrible. I mean, really, it's really... I mean, imagine if somebody said that about you, how you'd feel.
Well, what do you want to look like?
I want people
look
to
Bert?
look at me and they go, that's what an American should be. He's not part of any shit race that everyone hates. You know, what kind of compliment is it? Oh, you look like the three races we wish were dead. What kind of thing is that to say to somebody here? Keep it to yourself. That's like the worst thing you could say. Oh, you know what you look like? The three races that we'd spit on if it were legal. Because believe me, white people fucking hate other races. It's just the bottom line. All right, listen to this. This is about him. This is about him.
And then, the TV starts looking like it's getting bigger. And then all of a sudden it kind of looks like maybe it's going to fall on me. But I'm just sort of enjoying it, going like, well, I know that's not happening. That's bolted into the fucking wall, and that's a TV. TVs don't grow. You're able to keep it like,
Yeah.
I was sort of talking myself through it.
Shut up.
And somebody else there was like, Jesus Christ, Bill, just go with it. It's like, well, I don't want to start freaking out. I got to remind myself a toilet can't breathe. I'm sorry, right?
I gotta remind myself a toilet can't.
Wait, he's faking the trip?
I believe the toilet
Oh, you do?
breathing.
Okay.
I can see.
Which part
I don't
you
believe the TV got bigger, though. I just don't.
Oh, but when he said the toilet breathe, you went,
No, I didn't.
you
Did I?
did. That's why I paused.
Oh,
I thought you
was
had something to
going,
say.
I can't breathe because of I can't breathe.
Oh, really? Okay. The toilet breathing. Sorry. No. I've been on shrooms. You know what the toilet looks like to me? A shithole. I fucking hate toilets. How many men are going to dump their crap into those bowl?
Myself a toilet can't breathe. I'm sorry,
I
right?
gotta remind myself a toilet can't breathe.
No, because I wanted to take a leak and the toilet was kind of doing this a little bit. Just a little bit.
You know what doesn't do that? Your wife's mouth. Why didn't you piss into that? Imagine filling that wife's mouth up with a nice hot. You know, Jules, actually, I swear to God, I was in so much pain the other night that I didn't want to get out of bed. I wake up about 5 times a night having to piss. So I don't drink any water before I go to bed. Literally 3 to 5 times a night, I have to go to the bathroom so bad I wake up having to pee. I go to the bathroom and I sit there against the wall like this. And have you ever had to pee where you don't want to pee and you're going, hurry the fuck up, and you can't, and you're counting to time it out. And you're going 1, 2, 3, and it's going on like 70 seconds. And you're going, hurry the fuck. It's so annoying. Jules actually said to me, I had to pee the other night, and she offered me a cup, and she was serious. She said, do you want to pee into the cup? And I go, we're not peeing into cups at this family. Not at this stage. Not at this stage. But really, anybody else out there, this all of a sudden happened to me. Where I gotta pee. It's at least 3 times a night where I wake up having to violently pee. So much so that I can't sleep. And it's so much fucking piss. And it's like the most annoying. I do this show for 8 hours. I go to the bathroom maybe once tops. Sometimes I don't go to the bathroom at all during this show while I drink. But in bedtime. Anybody else? Mike, you need a piss pot. A cup? I need a bowl. Yeah, I would need a bowl. People think you could just pee in a cup. I'd fill that sucker up within 10 seconds. And then it would overflow onto you and you'd be covered in my yellow. You'd be covered in my liquid gold.
So then I got about 2 hours into it and I was just like, all right, cool. I need to go lay down. So I go lay down.
Listen to this. He had to lay down.
And I felt this, I told this on my podcast, I felt this profound sense of loneliness and not feeling loved. And this depressive thing.
So he's on mushrooms. He looks at his wife. He feels a sense of lonely. I haven't felt lonely since the 60s. He's feeling lonely and depressed. The $1 million man, the 2 kids, sister, Michelle Obama. He's got it all, but he feels lonely and depressed.
Of loneliness and not feeling loved. And this depressive thing. So now I'm in my head going, what the fuck is this?
This gets worse.
And I'm looking at my wife going like, did I marry the wrong person, right? And
I'm looking at my wife going, did I marry the wrong person? This is not a normal thought. I've never looked at Jules and thought anything but, damn, nigga, you a nigga? You a fine-ass roach. Just kidding. Do you think I think these thoughts? Do you ever look at me and go, did I marry the right guy?
No, I don't.
You don't.
I'm obsessed with you.
Every day I ask Jules, I go, what are you doing
Maybe
with
I
your
thought that
life?
when you fainted.
Yeah. So he looks at his black wife and he goes, did I marry the right? The answer is no. I'll tell you that right now. You know, you married definitely the wrong person. Not because the color of her skin. It's the whole shebang. The whole presentation is off.
Thing. So now I'm in my head going, what the fuck is this? And I'm looking at my wife going like, did I marry the wrong person, right? And I'm like, no. And then what I did was like, all right, let me think about something that I know I love and I know loves back, you know. Not like I don't know I love my wife, but married any given day, it's like, you know, like you're the best thing that ever happened to me. Like next day, I'm fucking out of here, right? That's marriage, right? So I go, let me think about my kid. So I think about my kids and I still felt the same thing. And I'm going like, okay, so this isn't that. And I realized because I'm going to therapy again. All of this shit that I was running from, this is the feeling I had growing up. and this stuff is like coming out of my pores now. So it wasn't a bad thing. So I just had to sort of sit in it.
Wow.
And realize that that's what this is. And I don't know, like the next day I was all clear. I was just like, wow, man, I really like, and I was still, through the rest of the trip, I was like, man, I just walked through my 30s and 40s just trying to achieve shit because of the way I felt when I was a kid. What I did to fix that
Okay,
was to
you're
just
trailing.
start doing shit.
You're trailing. All I got out of this was, you don't like that wife. Nobody does. How could you? The real Bill Burr, everybody. How nice is that, huh? What a nice find. This will be a divorce. It'll be a bloodbath. I can tell you that right now. I see it coming. How interesting. It's what we always thought. George, what do you think? I can't breathe. Yeah.